Now if you haven't got a lot of room for growing vegetables, there's lots of little tricks that you can do to actually maximise the growing area even in a very small space. One of the ways is actually to grow upwards and grow on walls. And one of the things you can do is actually grow in guttering that's fixed to walls, maybe a wall of a shed or the wall of a house. And this is a sort of short length, but obviously you can go as long as the wall, and you can have lots of layers, so you could probably put several on a wall. It's just a case of buying some guttering. You obviously buy the ends for the guttering, and then you drill holes in the guttering at the bottom, and then just fill with some multi-purpose compost. And you can sow lots of things in here, lots of lettuce, salad leaves, herbs. You could also grow strawberries. It's a good way, if you haven't got room for strawberries on a small patch, you can then grow them vertically on the side of a wall in something like guttering. So they're really good for that. You can actually angle them slightly so that when the water drains out, it'll drain into the one below it. So that's a good way of sort of maximising your space. Another thing is growing in pots anywhere in the garden. So if you've got a little area that you can just squeeze a few pots in. And the good thing is if you use different size pots, so you can actually sort of mix them all together so you can get a much bigger area. So different sizes, different shapes of pots will actually fit in a smaller space. These are very good, troughs are very good for growing salad leaves. You can get a really big surface area of salad leaves in a trough. Pots this size, you can grow a courgette in it, you can grow maybe 5 French beans. You can grow all sorts of veg in a pot this size. And the other thing is growing bags. Growing bags are great because they're fairly cheap, sort of a couple of pounds for one growing bag. You can actually cut out the whole top of a growing bag and grow salad leaves in the top, lettuce. You could even grow very, very short stump-rooted carrots in a growing bag. The other thing you can do is turn the growing bag on its end, and actually obviously you have to bash it about a bit to loosen all the compost, but turn it on its end, cut the top, and you can actually grow sort of a run of beans in the top there, because they've got a nice deep root run, plenty of moisture in them. Or you could grow a squash, or even a marrow, or something like even a pumpkin in a growing bag once you've bashed it all down. Make sure you put holes in the bottom. That's always important with growing bags. And as I say, things like you can grow a lot of things in little troughs like this. You could just grow them to this sort of size, and then snip them off. You've got some rocket in here, but all sorts of salad leaves you can grow in these containers. So there's an awful lot you can do in just a very small space. You only need a balcony or a small backyard or patio, and you can grow an awful lot of veg in just a small area.